Okay, welcome to part 2 of the EventArgs example. Now there will be a project out there in your work files folder called Event Example with Event Arguments to lay all this out, but I'm just kind of continuing as I build on what started 2 or 3 or 4 videos ago on my events example, simple example. So now let's talk about how to use the custom event arguments class that we created in part 1 to pass custom event arguments. Okay, what we're going to do here is right here where we're calling or raising our event in our publisher class. Notice we've got our event handler D, and then we're just raising it D because of a condition here. What we've passed in as an integer on our check value method is greater than 5, then we're going to raise it. Well, what we're going to do here is, first of all, I want to put a block here because I'm going to have more than one line, because what we're needing to do is to pass our custom event arguments here, we're going to have to instantiate an object of our custom event arguments class. So we will create custom event arguments, and then we will call it CE, and we'll set that equal to a new instance of custom event arguments, just like that, and that will take care of that. And notice I'm getting a red squiggly and it's warning me, hey dude, wait a minute, you've got to pass a string here. And so we're just going to pass it hello, just like that. And now we're going to change what we're passing from event arguments to our CE object, right? And that has hello. So we're going to basically be passing this object with that hello in there. Now keep in mind, on our custom event arguments, we put a constructor in there, and we're passing in a string, and so hello is ending up in there. So we're done okay there. Now notice this right here. We're still calling our public event handler, which is expecting a delegate that can point to a method that has a void, and then it is, let me jump over here to my code. It returns void, and it's looking for an object and an EventArgs object. Now I want to run this thing first of all and let you see something, and then we'll go back and make a couple of changes to it. Okay, so right now we're going to pass in 6, and we'll start this and we'll see if anything needs to be changed here. And this will load up, and I click it and notice it runs. Okay, now that really is all I had to do. Create that custom event arguments class, set it up to hold whatever I wanted to pass, and send it over there. So you can do a lot with that. Now what you'll see a lot of people do most of the time though is in the class that instead of using the old public event like this when they've created a new custom events, they'll go back and create a new delegate. Okay, so they create a new delegate, and it would be void, same signature, and they would call it custom event, and it would take an object called sender. Then it would take the custom EventArgs object, and it would be E, just like that. And then they'd set up their public event to be custom event, and then they'd pass it as the event would be D. So we've really gotten to the same place here. Okay, then they would come over here to where they're actually calling this, and they would change event arguments to custom event args so that it matches up. Okay, and then when you run it, it'll work. Okay, I'm getting oh, it's not looking for that. Hold on one moment. One moment, please. What have I not done? I've told it custom event arguments, and I've told it right here. Event arguments, custom events. I need to go back and make this public. And you can see there's a lot of kind of, not public. There's a lot of little things you'll have to tweak and turn here. And again, to leave it that standard way is pretty cool, but a lot of times when you change that and you set your own custom up, it is helpful in the code to see it written out this way so that you can see what your custom event is and what you're passing over. Okay, so it'll work both ways. That is how to pass custom event arguments. Okay, that's a very simple example that'll get you started. I hope this little set of videos, there's been 4 of them here, have started you very simple with events example and kind of moved you through the paces of seeing how events work. When I looked at documentation, when I was trying to get my head around this a few years ago, it was absolutely confusing to me. So I hope this has really helped. You will see this stuff on the exam. You will see it in real life. And this method of creating these publishers that publish events as delegates, and then going out and creating a subscriber. And keep in mind, a lot of times I've done this very simply here. Really the way you do this in the real world is to have this subscriber right here statement in a subscriber method and then an unsubscribe method so that you can programmatically turn these things on and off as you need to. So you'll see that a lot as well. But anyway, if you can get this down, you can go tweak your code and build whatever you would like. And hopefully now the examples and the documentation things you see out there will make a lot more sense to you. Hope it's helped.